All right, we're gonna get this meeting to order. It is 5:33. We're gonna call it to order. We're gonna go ahead and do a quick roll call. Angie,
Dr. Judy Hassan, Maxine Reyes, President Miguel Angel,
Present.
Earl Medina,
present.
Gabriel Martinez,
Present.
Marina Medina. Present.
All right, does anyone wanna take their time and do a reflection real quick? Go ahead.
Thank you, God, for the people here. Thank you, God, for all your blessings. Please keep everyone safe. Please share the word of 988, and anybody who needs help, please call. Sorry for all the people who have died this week, this month. Hopefully, we continue our work and try and help the people and keep that number as low as we can. Amen.
Thank you. Do we have any public comments at the moment?
So public comments.
Thank you. If we wanna go ahead and go to number 3, approval of minutes, the committee members.
Motion to approve.
First motion, Gabriel. Second motion, Marina. All in favor?
Alright.
Thank you. So in number 4, it's talking about membership. Just so you all know, we do have 3 vacant seats. Unfortunately, Ms. Jackman decided to step down due to work tidying up. I know everybody has a lot of personal stuff going on, and work tends to get in the way of our other events. So we do have 3 vacant seats. If you guys know of anyone, feel free to go ahead and let anybody know, and just go ahead and voice it out to myself, Dr. Basan, or Angie, and we'll go ahead and get you to the right direction where it needs to go. Yes,
Who was the one that stepped down?
Ms. Jack. So it'll be District 2, then we have District 7, and District 4 open. So we're gonna go ahead and go to number 5, Laredo Police Report.
Yes, sir. Good evening. Ricardo Gonzalez, Laredo Police Department. Today I'll be talking about a little bit of what's been going on since our last meeting. All the cases that we've seen in the last 4 weeks. Do you mind if I get that? So this is a breakdown by date and general information on people that either had an attempted suicide or are deceased as a result of death by suicide. What you see through the different numbers, and we notice what's happening, at least this last month, that we really don't see before. We have a lot of young individuals, female. In fact, the first deceased, you see a gunshot wound as the method, which is something that we don't see very much. This is the rest of the cases. And again, we see more females, another young female at age 60. So going to a little bit of the background of these cases, the first one that we saw, and you're gonna see all these cases very close together. It seems like for some time there, it seems we had one major event having to deal with a suicide or attempted suicide. This one, the first one, it involves a 14-year-old female by 2400 Alegría, and the method was overdose with no prior history of withdrawal region. 57 McPherson Road. Again, an overdose, 19-year-old female. This individual did have history with withdrawal region, and it went through a emergency detention process. 7600 Laguna del Mar. We had a 25-year-old female jump from the balcony, had some injuries, was taken treated at a local hospital, and did have prior history with withdrawal region. 87 33-year-old female. Again, method used was overdose and no prior history with Border Region. 8-9, this is the first death, and this happened out on the street. The female self-inflicted gunshot wound to the chest. She was pronounced deceased at the scene. No prior history. A little bit on this case, the female, from what I understand, was going through some relationship problems. And that was one of the, at least what our detectives are determined, one of the leading reasons, what they believe she found herself in the situation. 1400 Los Estribos, a few hours later, 26-year-old female, self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. This female is a police officer. She's been with us for 2 years. Again, relationship problems. She's at a San Antonio hospital, still very critical condition. She's been undergoing a lot of medical treatment, but not out of the woods yet. She's been having good days, thank God, but still it's a long road to recovery, and we just hope that she continues to get better. Obviously, no prior history of treatment with Border Region. 4200 Gaviota on 8/12/25, I'm sorry. Method gunshot, a 33-year-old male aborted suicide and discharged his weapon on the ground. He was detained and went through a process of emergency detention. No prior history of treatment with Border Region or time with Border Region. This individual is law enforcement officer, he's with Border Patrol as well. And we'll talk about a little bit about what we've been saying once we conclude the presentation. Move on to 3800 Yogi Street, 8/12/25. Method cutting, 28-year-old male, cutting himself with a razor. Went through the whole process of emergency detention, did have prior history with Border Region. 100 Michoacano, 8/13/25, overdose, 18-year-old male. No prior history with Border Region, and of course went through the whole process of emergency detention as well. 8/20/25, 600 Bustamante, at the center of town, 16-year-old female, cutting herself. Prior history with Border Region as well. 8/21/25, 14-year-old female, also cutting instrument to harm herself, did have prior history with Border Region. 8/20/25, 5000 Palmito Drive, 20-year-old male, self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. He was flown out to San Antonio, but unfortunately succumbed to his injuries. He had no prior history with Border Region. This individual was wanted for capital murder in San Antonio. He had been hiding out here in Laredo, from what I understand. He's original from here, went out to San Antonio, but there was some substance abuse in the picture as well prior to the event. 800 Jerez Loop, 8/24/25, cutting method, 37-year-old female. Again, no history of Border Region, but they go through the emergency detention process. So what is our heat map for the month? And you see a concentration in the north part of town, but again, no part of town is immune to this. So, just a little summary of what we've been seeing in the last month or so. We had an increase in calls. We've been seeing that in the numbers. We've been seeing more younger female, at least in the last 30 days. We saw some law enforcement personnel being affected by this. Goes to show nobody's immune to this. And I know both our departments have been very aggressive in developing these very robust wellness programs. which includes, or centers around mental, well-being. In fact, Dr. Martinez has been in the picture, brought him in. We have his information as part of a lot of you all's information. In addition to some very localized service by the city of Laredo, the Laredo Police Department, specialized service for law enforcement personnel, but still we're seeing these cases, unfortunately. Agent Moreno, anything that you would like to share with the group?
No, I think I wanna echo, what Chief just mentioned, even the heroes out in the street suffer. And more so because they get to see everything else that the community normally doesn't. No one is immune from suicide, mental, crisis. It's unfortunate that it was almost back-to-back episodes, one to our city. But, it goes back, and let me add a caveat. It is because of this organization that Sergeant and I have been in constant communication at a law enforcement cultural level, trying to, hey, what are you guys suffering? Let's activate something. And I think that's the goal, where we can network with the specific programs and outreach organizations to do the same with our communities. Law enforcement officers, I just attended last year, I just signed up for another training, trauma and wellness for suicide survivors and crisis prevention. What I'm going to try to quote as exact as possible. I think the average citizen in the U.S. in their lifetime goes through 4 to 6 traumatic events in their lifetime. For the average law enforcement officer, it's 400 to 600. So imagine the island stress that goes. But we're seeing it younger and younger. But I want to, circle around and say thank you. If it wasn't for you, a lot of the resources that we need as law enforcement organizations would be absent. And believe me, at least for I can't speak for the agent, he's taking advantage of whatever's afforded out there. So thank you to each and every one of the organizations we represent, especially this community. We need more. We definitely do. Thank you, Chief.
And unless there's any questions, that's the end of my presentation.
Thank you, Chief Gonzalez. Thank you, Mr. Moreno. Yes, Mr.
So these numbers, like, are the National Guard that are here from out of our city also included, like if they have suicide attempts?
So, we had a recent case, I believe it was last month. I wasn't here, last month, and I really was presented. And fortunately not the first case that we see involving National Guard. We're seeing high run numbers of National Guard personnel, being deployed to our area. In addition to a lot of the things that they're exposed to, they go through what I see the additional stress of being implanted in a region that they're not familiar with. But our culture is a lot different, especially those that come from further north. So it could be a lot to process for a lot of these young men and women, because a lot of them are very young. You have tenured personnel who are usually at a command or supervisory level, but you also see the young boots on the ground, which are young kids, and they're trying to process everything and be overwhelming. We don't have the resources, our resources connected to them directly, but it's a good point that you bring up, because we don't have access to them. But maybe Agent Moreno could, either through the federal channels, could maybe do research, maybe do some connection, because we have a lot of people here that we always rely on when something catastrophic happens. I know this last time around, when we're dealing with something like this, it's not only the officer and the family, the responding officers that we know were affected, dispatchers and so forth. It's close to home, so we have to deploy a lot of resources. We rely on the fire department, on our federal partners. So we know that we have a good support system that we can offer to them. I know when our guys go out there and pushing a lot of the protocols that we've been talking about when we go out to the families and that collateral trauma, for that trauma that the family goes through after they lose a significant other. With them, it's different because they're not from here. We don't have close access to the family. So maybe connecting with, the National Guard and kind of, offering our services to whatever way we can. But that would be the challenge with them, because, those impacted around the national, usually.
But last month, Miss, they did get reported.
Oh,
The death, the one that resulted in death, it was reported last month.
oh, thank you.
Any more questions?
I have a question. I wanted to ask you, does the agency provide, the employees with free mental health services?
Yes, currently we have, clinicians within a station in Laredo. But as anything else, we have about 2,000 vocational employees and about another 2,000 customers and only 2 clinicians.
Right. And I'm just saying, because I work for UISD, and it's something that, as a director of guidance and counseling, Melissa Ramirez, just for the record, it was something we've been pushing for the employees, because we have 4 licensed professional counselors, but our professional counselors, nor our counselors can see the adults, they're there for the students.
Yeah.
And so we started seeing the need of, you know, the stress, the anxiety, the depression in a lot of the
Yes.
employees. So we pushed it out to our upper management to be able to provide free, mental health. And so we partnered with Pillar.
Great.
And so we're pushing it out. This is the 2nd year. Of course, through our, Blue Cross Blue Shield, we have the Med Health, but some people need face-to-face.
Yes.
They don't want the telehealth.
Yes.
And so we offer a free 4 mental health sessions for all the full-time employees at UIC. So I was just wondering if.
Yes, no, and I applaud UISD because a lot of professionals, especially teachers, everybody suffers. So I'm glad UISD is taking that part. We do, in the Border Patrol CBP, Border Patrol, we do have a growing but very robust, EAP program, that encompasses mental health and, the challenges that go around that. The EAP service is not only for the employee, but for the immediate family members as well, and at no cost.
So we do have the same thing, we have, on retainer, a doctor, psychologist who specializes, dealing with responders. She's out of Austin, but, drops everything, comes over. But we've also, networked with local assets as well. And, we also were in communication, I'm personally in communication with Mr. Sanchez from Pillar. They've helped us in the past, they were employees, but we wanna make, develop the program more aligned with what UASD has, and not to replace anything that we have.
Right.
We're just adding
And
extra,
addition.
right?
Yes.
We wanna give, employees a whole array of services, that way they trigger whatever they feel comfortable with. That's the plan, but again, we have to go through all the protocols, aligning, his services with our insurance provider, make sure they can align it as in network and so forth, and going from there. So usually that's what, sometimes also the delay, but I'll give it to Pillar and Mr. Sanchez and his team out there, and other representatives here, that, outside of having, agreed, or them being a network provider, or I'll pick up the phone, I'll call them, he'll just get involved, and no questions asked, they'll just help out. And that, I think that goes with, a lot of the different agencies or a lot of stakeholders here that I've had the pleasure of working. Whenever we have to call anybody in a situation, they put everything aside, and even though it's, there might be some type of fee involved, they'll waive it, they won't think about it, they're just very willing to help. So hats off to everybody, because it truly means that they're here because they want to do the work, not because, of a specific benefit, so.
And I
Thank you.
just wanted to add, if I can, anyone in the room, usually what we do whenever there's a death, like we've had a Border Patrol, we always ask about, are there any students that belong to the school system? If anyone belongs to UISD, so we could provide that service and we can inform and let them know. And LISD is here, so we work really, really close together, so it's real important. I know we recently had a Border Patrol's wife pass and they had a child, so, I got that call, and so I know the child goes to private, but just so everyone knows, it's real important to have that alignment, as you said.
Yes, thank you.
And thank you for both school districts, for what you're doing.
And is there anything that we can share, like on our social medias? Cause I was a teacher and I didn't know about that.
And that just started. We pushed it, and this is the second year that the mental health services have been in place. And so it's upper management that's doing the mental health for all employees. So you'll start seeing it, they started pushing it, a lot more.
Yeah,
So
so
we're getting
if
more out.
y'all have anything that we can share to help get the message out.
I can get a flyer out to you.
Oh,
I'll get your number before. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Ms. Moreno. Thank you, everyone. This is valid information. I'm like seeing the, I don't wanna say numbers, but seeing the age of the difference. I'm like, most of them are young kids. I'm like, so this is something that we really need to start, as a committee, start not targeting, but reaching out the message out there that they're not alone. I'm like, there's somebody here to hear them out. I'm like, some of them go through very emotional and social issues that they need somebody to speak to, and they don't know the resources that are out there. And this is something that we, as committee members and stakeholders, need to start getting out there. I want to thank Mr. Rangel being out there every single day promoting 98. So hopefully, let's start working on together and see what we could do to either go give out speeches, go talk, and see what we could go on and beyond. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and move to section 6, updates in current projects. We're gonna go ahead and go with Laredo Public Health.
Good afternoon. We're gonna start with an update on the call data, 90-day call data, which is provided from Integral Care, which is our call center with the organization that manages our call center. And that's a reminder that the QR code is available there, so you can visit their website and look at their resources. So they reported, I would like to publicly give a special thanks to Ms. Nicole Warren, which has been vital in providing this information. She's doing this out of the kindness of her heart. I've thanked her on behalf of all of us for providing this information to us. Right now, we're working on expanding some other data metrics, and I'll cover that in the next slides. But for right now, in July's numbers, there's 79 routed calls and 59 answered calls. This routed calls, friendly reminder, does not mean that they were unanswered. They simply mean that the call volume increased and they were, or other variables, and they were routed to another call center throughout the country or through the vicinity. Could be another state or other state. So total calls, the peak activity is for May 2025 reported the highest call volume with 111 routed, 85 answered calls. There was a significant decline from June through July. Routed calls decreased by 28.8% from May, from 111 to June to 79. The overall trend is calls steadily increased from January, which is 78 routed, 62 answered through May, followed by a sharp mid-year decline in June and July. This is the bar graph for visualization, and the key observations is the spring surge. On March through May, we saw the highest volumes, with May peaking at 111 and calls and 85 answered. And the possible factor could be reflect seasonal stressors, summer capacity strain. June and July showed declining local answer rates, suggesting possible staffing challenges or operational limits. And we hope to get a little more granular, maybe some input, so we can see how.
Okay, do you have other years to compare it to, or you just started gathering this information?
Yes, we started, I believe, 3 months ago.
Yeah, so you don't have 24.
Yes, yeah, so this is something new, and we're hoping to establish this metric so we can start doing these
You're doing
trend
great.
analysis.
That's good to know.
Start analyzing that. In here, I'm sharing with the committee where we continue our efforts, that you discussed here, we were expanding our metrics. This is an email that I had sent out to Ms. Warren asking for demographics, which to include gender, male, mode of contact, which is, was it text-based or was it call-based, time of contact, with the time of day for calls, time of day for text, geographic information, if it's possible to gather from where within the city these calls originated from. And perhaps maybe the subject or the nature of the content, the topics or issues discussed briefly, like, of course, being mindful of privacy, et cetera. And in that, we got Ms. Warren has been again, vital and instrumental in doing as much as she can to go ahead and provide us with this information. And, as of this week, she reported that there still hasn't been an update from Vibrant, but I just wanted to provide that to the committee that we're working on increasing these metrics, these call metrics. And
I can talk about it. I left a little flyer around in everybody's area, and these are, yes, that was that. These are some of the events that Laredo Public Health will be hosting in the month of September. We do have every Monday except September 1st, we are closed. We do have Walkout Stress Out, which is a combination with our obesity prevention program, where we are working on a healthy body, healthier mind, healthier community in general. So the first one will be, well, it's very tiny, but I can go ahead and send them out to Miss Angie as well, and Miss Oda did send it out. September 8th will be at Parque España, that's the one down by Santa Rita, and it'll be from 8:30 to 9:30. We're not putting a specific distance of how much we have to walk, just pretty much how much walking and talking everybody wants to do. September 15th will be at Father Magnambeek Park, September 22nd at Jovita, and September 29th at Gaines Center. We are expanding this all the way to October and November to cover a park in each of the 8 districts. Every Tuesday, we will also be partnering up with Borderline Espresso, which is on West Village, to host Sip Happens, but Soda's Healing. So we will be having individuals from Laredo Public Health stationed there, providing resources aside from 988 in our local community, playing some mental health games and just trying to interact more with the community to see what some of the concerns are. Every Friday, we will be hosting the Rally for Hope. The first 2 Fridays of the month will be at, it's a long name, it's the library on Zapata Highway across from HEB. I know it's like the Sophie McKendrick, Francisco Ochoa, Fernando Salinas Branch Library.
You got it, I mean, you got it.
The one across HEB on Zapata Highway, we will be there on September 5th and 12th, and September 19th and 26th, so we will be at Variety Meet South. This is also in collaboration with the Harm Reduction with Ms. Adriana Morales. We've noticed in the past, the data reports a lot of the attempts and a lot of the deaths by suicide have occurred in South Laredo. So we wanted to go ahead and spread some of this awareness to those areas. On the 4th, we do have our Chapters of Care book club. It did start last week. We had a turnout of about 15 individuals, which was great. We had a lot of people from the school districts and just community members within itself. We discussed the first part of the book, and we did some painting and healing, which was great to have in the community. This time around, we are having Zen and Men. So apart from the book club, we are going to be offering mindful meditation. On the 8th, which is a Monday, we do have Stay and Flow, Meditative Yoga, and Sound Bath. It is free to the community. It will be here at Laredo Public Health in the auditorium because it does get hot outside. And it will be a meditative yoga by Maya and Sound Bath. If any of you have heard of it, it's like a really, you pretty much just lay there and the sound bowls, it does something in the frequency of your body that helps you relax, and that's being hosted by Sound Bath by Yas. Completely free of charge. All you have to do is bring your water and your yoga mat. And then we're wrapping up Chapters of Care on Thursday the 18th with the healing chat. We will be having an LPC, Ms. Gladys, presenting on healing techniques for the community regarding trauma. And then lastly, we do have Toast and Talk, Mental Health and Wellness, a collaboration as well with Obesity Prevention and Toasty. So we will be there that Monday from 5 to 7, again, providing mental health resources, not only mental health, but also health resources in the community. So every Monday, Tuesday, Friday, every other Thursday, we'll be out in the community somewhere providing mental health information. I think that's it. And then I'm also talking about Chalk the Walk of Hope. This is also from Juntos for Better Health. It is the other mental health program here with Laredo Public Health. This one will be held put the date there?
Independent Hills.
Yes, at Independence Hills Park as well. It'll be on the 22nd from 9 to 10 a.m. This is a good way to just spread the message, leave some words of encouragement out there for anybody. One of the main things that's encouraged for individuals going through a mental health struggle is outside physical activity, to go for a walk, get some fresh air. And sometimes just seeing a positive message on the sidewalk is what you need to kind of get the message out there. So join us, we will be busy as well, and this is in collaboration with Juntos for Better Health. Thank you, that's, yeah.
This is a follow-up to an effort that we originated, actually, thanks in part to Ms. Lopez. Erica Lopez is one of the masterminds behind this outreach strategy, which was to reach out to gun shops and barber shops and hair salons and tattoo shops. So as of now, we've increased 9, and we have a total of 70 businesses, and this is a map covering of these businesses where we're providing 90-day resource materials. Okay, and then, sorry.
Just with the, I mean, with the keyboard,
Yes,
you click on the next
Yes.
little arrow.
Guess we activated them. There we go. And this is to provide an update on the Discord. We had sent out an email in regards to how to access the Discord. We were sending out an email, I'm gonna basically read it out. As we were working through facilitating how the committee might access the Discord tool, it was brought to our attention that legal clarity was needed. For context, the city attorney's office provided a memorandum which was shared with Dr. Lasan via email, outlining guidance on walking forums, committee communications, and records obligations. Moving forward, any new technology tools such as Discord, WhatsApp, or others that the committee may consider for resource sharing will be vetted by our city IST division, routed internally through the appropriate city departments, and that feedback will then be provided back to SBC members before adoption. We also asked about other technology tools such as like AI and mobile apps, and we were gonna be provided that guidance from our legal team in the coming days, and we'll provide that with committee members. Right, so that's a follow-up to that. And then lastly, I wanted to share, as almost in conjunction with the barbershop outreach, is that if there is a need, due to resource constraints, we were gonna start training, doing mental health first aid.
Mental health first aid.
Yeah, mental health first aid training at one of our locations, one of our local locations, but there's a need for hair masters shared that they're willing to go ahead and participate as well. So if there's an organization that wishes to go ahead and provide that mental first aid health training, right? We can go ahead and help facilitate that. So that's all open to committee. Yes.
UISD allowing new counselors that we need to do the mental health first aid training.
Okay, great. Yes,
I think right now, I know Ms. Ola, the one that mentioned with the restrictions, so I think probably the one that also offers it is Ms. Laura Cortez from Puerto Region. So I think I'll message her and I'll email her and let her know that you guys are also interested to see if they can provide that service.
The other program that also offers is SCAN, Alexandra.
Oh, great. Okay.
That's why she does adult.
I took the one on scan, it's very good.
Did adult and.
Adult and
children.
Okay.
Ah, that's the one, right, yes.
One a day.
Uh-huh.
All right, I want to thank Dr. Montes and Erica, always collaborating with us and giving us valuable information and sharing what's going on in our community. And hopefully, these events are going to go ahead and help us prosper and spread the word and awareness out there. Just a quick follow-up on the You're Not Alone awareness and September activities. Dr. Vasan gave me a whole list. So as you know, on Friday, we are having our proclamation on August 29th at 10 a.m. at the City Hall chambers. So if you are attending, please wear your 980 shirt or purple or teal color shirts, just so we can go ahead and show support. I know there's gonna be a photo, and then from there, if you drive carefully, there's gonna be the rally at 11:30, again at, Friday
Don't worry.
at Del Mar and McPherson, so just so we make it on time, and hopefully we get there on time and everything. Also, on September 6th, don't forget the You're Not Alone 98 5K run and walk. That will be hosted by AHEC and various, Dr. Tyler King. And then, of course, she mentioned that on September 10th, which is National Suicide Awareness, Quickie Bakery will have suicide awareness conchas there for sale. So in case. So, and also I included a suicide awareness event for the whole month of September that she sent me this morning. Make sure just go ahead and review it, share it with your colleagues, family members, any organizations that wanna go ahead and participate. Is there any other events that are happening? Please let us know so we could add it to the list. And we're gonna go ahead and email it to everyone, as it gets updated every single day.
I wanna say Laredo College is having something, I want to say it's September 9th and 10th.
Yes.
Yes,
right,
it's their suicide.
We're having it for our students, but we are having events. We invited, a lot of, organizations from the community, and if anyone's interested, let me know. We're having, a resource fair at the main campus and at the south campus. I did notice a lot of those, the people that had attempted or died by suicide are in their 20s, so that's about the age of our college students, so there's a lot of need. So we're having the resource fairs, and we're having a yoga event for our students, also a chocolate walk of hope as well.
Good.
And we're having speakers with Laredo Public Health and Border Region coming to speak to our students as well. But you all are more than welcome to join us for the resource fair. We're having it on September 11th at the South Campus. And September 10th, we're having it at the main campus. But let me make sure and get you the correct dates, because I don't remember at the top of my head. But I can email those to you as well, Earl.
I believe it's what, September 9th and 10th?
September 9th and
Yeah,
10th, 'cause
yeah.
you're.
Yes,
Yeah.
September 9th will be at Laredo College Main
Yes.
at Kaiser Student Center, and then the 10th would be at
Thank you so
South.
much for clarifying, yes, for those dates. If anyone else is interested, let me know in that way. And you don't have to join us for both campuses. If you can, that would be great, but if you can only make it to the main, that's great, or to the south as well.
And on September the 8th,
Go ahead, no, go ahead.
September the 8th, UISD is gonna be having a press conference for Suicide Awareness Month. Counselors will be doing different activities throughout the month, across every feeder pattern, our LPCs will be doing that. Everyone's invited to attend that as well, on September the 8th at 11 o'clock in the boardroom, just wear your 98 shirt. And we're gonna be doing a PSA in-house with the LPCs and myself to share out with the students, so that way they can put it on their TVs, like when the parents are coming in. And we can be, doing that, so that the principals could be paying out the whole month and year round.
Thank you.
You were there last year, you had a table.
Yes, last year I did have a table there and everything. We did get a lot of turnouts. A lot of people did not know, that Orgullo Laredo was here in Laredo. And they didn't know about Narcan. So we gave them the valuable information and resources and everything. We shared what we could. And this year we want to go ahead and do that, especially for both campuses. And we're trying to see, we could work with TAMU to see if they'll try to get involved with this as well. Any question?
AHEC also had tables, and Gateway had tables out there. And I had a few too many purple donuts.
Yes.
And both campuses, north and south, and just to add, so I bought it because I have no hair. So, and all these rallies, I need the cap, and it didn't match my shirt, so I went to Cargo Caps on McPherson, and they, for $25, they make you a cap, no matter what. You just tell them what you want in it, so they have the model, if you wanna buy a cap, they have it there, Cargo Caps, McPherson. This one's for, bus.
Thank you, we consider it good. Also, the last thing that she mentioned, and I know we mentioned it on the last meeting in July, about the suicide prevention work contest. That will be still on the process of going, so please submit your tickets before September 10th, so we can go ahead and, award the winner. All proceeds are coming from AHEC and Orgullo Laredo, so that's the door prize. So if anyone is participating, or you know a family member that is participating, go ahead and send your pictures to, Dr. Basan, Maria, or myself, or Angie, and we'll go ahead and, vote it from there. Any questions? And that's all I have. So right now, the updates for new projects, I know, we're still in the process since, we lost, Dr. Ms. Jacqueline, so we're gonna go ahead and reevaluate that and see if we can get it back into that project. And lastly, does anyone have any announcements? So I'm gonna pass it and open it to the people.
I have a member announcement. I gave you all the flyer. We still have 3 lanes left. Whoever wants to participate. There's gonna be a lot of raffles, the 50-50. We have a lot of good prices, so I encourage you all to go and participate.
Can you show up just as an individual?
Yeah, people can go as individuals and they usually participate in the raffles and get something. Yes, yes.
It's a good cause. It's this Sunday. I was a part of it last year with Marina, and trust me, a lot of people get involved, and they were very, very happy and very attentive players. So it is fun.
We do have worst, everybody likes us, we have the worst male and female bowlers, so they like that, and male and female.
It's awesome, have a chat.
So, yes.
Any,
Thank you.
anyone else? Yes.
If anyone would like to volunteer to have their picture taken, it'll take like a minute at the most. And I'm trying to show that like our community is supporting 988. And usually if someone sees your picture, like, what's that? You know, maybe they'll reach out to you and then maybe they'll take their picture and they'll spread. So, oh, there it goes, 988.
So we're gonna go ahead and, I believe you took one of, Mr. Rangel, so,
I'm so shocked.
Maxine could share in the group chat, just so you could get an idea. The reason what we're trying to portray is send a message from it coming from the local community versus somebody from a different city, state, or anything. Them seeing somebody that they could recognize here in Laredo, then they're gonna feel a little bit more secure, and they know very well that they can reach out to that person and get the right guidance and the right path to what could be out there. Any more? I know Taylor.
Yes, we do have I believe I saw it on here, on the September Suicide Awareness Prevention event.
Yes.
On the 13th, we're having the annual Suicide Prevention Candlelight Vigil. We do this every year. And we're looking for bigger and bigger, show-ups, right, to help kind of, bring attention, of course, just like when it comes to the 988, and it's more, it also helps show that as a community, we all show up together, right? So, and as well, if you guys have any questions about what we provide at Pillar, we're more than welcome to answer any questions. So,
Yeah, I know that I've been here a year now officially, but last year when I went to the candlelight vigil, and I still remember the testimonials, they were very moving, and thank you for what you do.
And I know also Scanning on August 30th, they're having a kind of overdose vigil, so in case all of you wanna go.
6:30 p.m. in Holy Data.
And if y'all want to share a picture, you can send it to me and I can, give it to, Frankie. So he's making some, picture frames with the pictures, and they're gonna be there on a ticket.
Anyone else? Alright, so as I promised, 2 minutes later, but it's 17.
I make a motion.
Okay, Mr. Rangel, second.
I say.
Alright, so I wanna thank everybody and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.